Raymond Bly. Coming home from Vietnam, we were all accused of being baby killers, women killers, heavy drug addicts, and suffering from a lot of mental illnesses of what we had to go through. So I didn't tell anybody for 15 years. I served in Vietnam. Then in 1980-81, my father died while living with me. And my sister couldn't get my house. She'd been trying for almost 10 years to break me and my wife up. Telling my wife lies and telling me lies, trying to get us to fight and stuff. She called social services and the police department saying I was a heavy drug user, heavy alcoholic. I was suffering from flashbacks from all of these people I killed in Vietnam. My God, did they come after me. For almost 2 years, they yanked my kids out of class at least once a month to question them. And back then, my kids were only like 4 years old in Head Start, 7 years old, and 8 or 9 years old. And they yanked them out. They went to my wife's work, demanding that she better tell the truth that I abused her and raped her all the time and this and that. Every time I went out of my driveway over the next 3 years, they had to check my mason jar of coffee or iced tea to see if it was loaded with booze. They used to look at my arms, make me go like this to see if I had any puncture marks from being an IV drug user, like my sister said. Over 100 times I got stopped for the next 3 years, until about 83 and a half. They could not find anything, even with threatening my wife with taking her citizenship away and possibly deporting her if she kept lying for me. Why won't she tell the truth? I abused her and abused the kids all the time. And I'm on heavy drugs. Then in 85, when I brought my relatives here, and I forced this illegal alien to go to high school, because she was supposed to be 15, not 22. They teach you in high school to say your parents abuse you, you get a free home. And she met her ESOL teacher that had sponsored quite a few immigrants to live in her $1 million mansion in western Howard County, and had visited it a couple of times with her ESOL teacher. So she was more than willing to talk that I abused her. And then my other relatives said I beat my wife and beat my kids, so they had forced them to lie for me. They again went after my kids in school, demanding they tell the truth. They went to my wife's work, even a phony immigration agent, John Allen Plant, went down there. That's what he said his name was anyway, and threatened my wife with immediate arrest, jail, and then deportation if she didn't tell him the truth. That she adopted this girl, and that I severely abused her, and she knows I take drugs, and I'm an alcoholic. How can these cases constantly come after you? They never lose their records. You're always guilty if somebody accuses you. At my trial, the judge kept saying I'm sick. They locked me up in Howard County General, heading for Perkins State Hospital because I'm having all these flashbacks and stuff from Vietnam. I was a truck driver. I ducked and stepped on the gas and prayed they didn't blow my ass up. I never shot my gun at the enemy. Never shot my gun one time in Vietnam except for target practice. Never had the chance. I was willing and able. I was gung-ho because of the brainwashing the military does to be John Wayne's and Sylvester Stallone's, but I never had my chance to confront the enemy, thank God. Drugs I never took. I was too busy helping all my relatives before I got drafted that was hooked on illegal drugs or prescription drugs to try to get off of them, counseling them as a teenager. Yes, I did drink some as a teenager, and I did get drunk a few times, but I was too busy working to help pay the rent so we wouldn't be evicted for the 20th or 30th time in my childhood, moving from city to city around D.C. The judge kept saying I need help. Why won't I get it? Constantly. Even after my conviction, off the record, he says, Mr. Bly, you need help. I don't want to sentence you to jail. I will put the conviction aside if you will put yourself in a treatment center. What our government did to you, making you fight in Vietnam and having to kill all those women and children, I feel very sorry for you. You need help. I'm sitting there, I didn't shoot my fucking gun. Why won't anybody believe me? Well, last October, when the SWAT team showed up, all of a sudden I'm a crazy Vietnam veteran again. They took a lot of drugs and have brain damage from it. And I'm an alcoholic, and my daughter tells them, yes, I drink. Where the hell did she see that? Yes, I did abuse my wife. Well, 3 times over 2 decades, they investigated my family, tore my family apart, screamed and yelled at them to confess that I'm a bad man, and each time they shelved the case because they couldn't find one iota of evidence that I ever abused my kids or my wife. How long do I have to live with this fucking bullshit that my sister started in 1980? My God, I hate serving in Vietnam. And all these fucking liberals making us out to be crazy. I don't drink. My wife made me promise not to drink anymore when I brought her home from Vietnam, and I've kept my promise. Even though with all the shit that's happened to me, I feel like getting drunk again, but I'm not going to. I've never took drugs. I'm allergic to everything. More than half the prescription drugs doctors have prescribed for me has had very adverse reaction with me. I'm the one in 100,000 that has the adverse reaction to all these damn drugs that they put on the label. Can anybody help me? My kids had the hospitals for 3 years now, convinced I abused my wife again. That I'm an unfit caregiver for her. All the PT, OT, and nurses to come out after each one of these days from having a stroke, having dementia flare up, having the UTI, coming home completely comatose last summer, said they'd never seen a caregiver so caring for a loved one as me. My chemo doctor said the same thing in a letter to court. My family practice doctor says the same thing in court. That you never find a better caregiver than me, and if I can't help my wife, I hire people to do it. Even the lady typing knows that, videotaping now, knows that. Why can't I ever live this down when they keep finding no evidence, no evidence, no evidence? Over 100 police stops going out of my driveway, trying to show that I'm drunk or something. Stopping me just to harass me. Because I'm a Vietnam veteran. Yes, I get in cops' faces. Yes, I get in these damn zoning enforcement faces. Yes, I've made some comments that make me sound like I was a killer in Vietnam, to scare them away from my damn property. But after so much abuse by the state, and now they're taking my wife away, because I'm a bad man. I abused her whole life. I don't know how to care for her. I'm too disabled to care for her. Some of that is true. I'm very, very disabled. That's why I have people here day and night to help me, because I know I'm disabled. I'm spending a fortune. I get $4,000 a month between Social Security and VA. And I'm spending $5,000 a month, $6,000 a month. And I'm not allowed to touch any of my assets because I'm a wife abuser. I don't know what's left for me anymore to do. I've been putting videos on the internet for 11 months now, trying to fight this fucking court and get my wife back and get my life back somewhat together. And not one news media will cover it. My criminal conviction was something to shut me up and try to get me help, because I'm a psycho, a drug abuser, and to run me out of my home. Thank you.